don't care about you, my friend. Sometimes she's a lover.
Well, welcome to your Weld County School District 6 Board of Education meeting. It's Monday, November 28th, 2016. This meeting will now come to order. Will you please join me in the pledge? I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, Ms. Richards.
Mr. DeWitt,
Present.
Mr. Hafley,
Present.
Mr. Hall,
Present.
Mr. Lydiak,
Present.
Mrs. Pappas,
Present.
Dr. Richard,
Present.
Mrs. Solis,
Present.
7 members present.
Thank you. This item called the Board of Education President Announcements. I try to throw in a number of updates and fun facts to know for members of the district. I usually refer to our key phrases, empower, engage, and inspire. And tonight, the board had the opportunity to work over some information about the annual review of our finances. And this is a little packet that we received to kind of point out where we have been and how we were assessed by an agency outside of our district. And within this little document, there were a variety of comments, and professionals in this field oftentimes use a lot of words to explain little things. But I'd like to share this one comment from this experience today that is the essence of our administration, of our finances in the district, those finances that are available to be seen online and that are open to public scrutiny. We noted, they said, no matters related to the group audit that we consider to be significant to the responsibilities of those charged with governance of the group, which is a very calm person's way of saying excellent work, marvelous job, competent folks involved in keeping track of our monies. And if it's not empowering and engaging, it's certainly inspiring that we have the right people keeping track of our funding. So I thought tonight I would just share a little piece of good news about where we stand with respect to the management of the finances of the district. The next item is the hearing of persons desiring to speak before the board. Ms. Richard, do we have anyone who's expressed any interest to speak in front of the board? Okay, we'll scooch on to the next item.
Election's over for
Well,
sure.
the elections are over. No one has anything to say right now. Let's see if I can turn to the correct page. Mr. Hall, you don't need to encourage me to go off page here.
Work session
So the next item is the work session report. Ms. Richards?
Board of Education President Roger DeWitt began the work session with open comments and updates from the board members. He reviewed the board calendar and upcoming events. Superintendent Dr. Deirdre Pilch introduced Director of Finance Mandy Heidock, who welcomed Paul Niedermuller and Allison Slife from Clifton Larson Allen, LLP. Mr. Niedermuller presented the results of the financial report for the year ended June 30th, 2016. This included a scope of the results, findings in the financial statements, and capital assets and depreciation. Board members had an opportunity for questions. Dr. Pilch introduced Assistant Superintendent of Human Resources, Annette Overton, who led a debrief around the mill levy override. The board members discussed successes of the campaign and ways to improve the campaign. And that concluded the work session.
Thanks very much. The next item is the superintendent's report. Dr. Pilch.
Thank you, Mr. DeWitt. You know, we just finished with our little break over Thanksgiving, and you know, I was thinking a lot about what is it that I am thankful for as the D6 superintendent, and I am thankful for being the D6 superintendent of schools. When I was a high school principal and our mascot was the Warriors, we used to say, oh, it's a great day to be a warrior. And, you know, I still feel like it is a great day to be a warrior. And we are warriors here in District 6. Every single day, we're coming to work and we're doing the best that we can for our students. And you're going to meet some of those fine people tonight who have been a part of our professional development work. But before we get to that, I am pleased to give our Board of Education some time to talk about one of our greatest warriors, Mrs. Bernie Barea, who has served as my executive assistant just over a year and a half now, and has served the district for, I think, a decade or so. And my transition to the district was smooth, and really, I was capable of doing the job because of the assistance that Mrs. Barea has given me. And I know that each one of you as a board member, you're nodding your heads because as you came on as new board members, you were able to begin your job and do the important work of being a volunteer board member because of the dedication and wisdom and care and really deep work that Ms. Barea has done here. So I want to say thank you to Ms. Barea, as tomorrow is her last day. And then Mr. DeWitt, you are up, I think, to do some special recognition of this very, very important person in our school district.
And there may even be other folks who want to make a comment or two.
You know,
but
I am going to give up my superintendent's comments time because I am counting on that. I am counting on my board members to do just that. So Bernie, we'd like to recognize you.
Yeah, unaccustomed as any of us are to public speaking, I just take this opportunity to provide a sort of a mini resolution, if you will. Whereas the Weld County School District 6 School Board has worked for many years to serve the children of this district in Evans and Greeley, and whereas the effort could not have been done without 22,000 students working hard, and whereas this effort is enhanced by thousands of parents and volunteers and community supporters, and whereas this work could not be done without nearly 3,000 employees, and whereas a key player in the support team for the board for a decade is taking her considerable skills to provide outstanding service to another area employer, therefore be it resolved that this board, these employees, parents, volunteers, students, all wish to thank Bernie Barea for her years of service and wish her continued success and gratifying challenges in the years ahead. Now, others may kind of make a statement at this time. I'm just going to walk down the way and provide her with this little sneaky card. Well, you're going to get this gift from both directions. Don't you think that'd be fair?
Thank you.
Thanks so very much. Go swimming.
Thank you, Deirdre. Beautiful. Thank you.
So we're not done. I don't think we're done, Bernie.
We're not really. I want to quickly mention that the way to get awards and flowers is not to leave the district. We're not trying to encourage rapid departure. But I noticed that there are some comments on my call board, so if you don't mind, Bernie, here's some more folks who have something to say. Ms. Solis.
So Bernie, I just want to thank you. From the very beginning when I initially was running for the board, I had to go to you to ask what I need to do. And I know there were probably times you wanted to pull your hair out trying to give me instruction after instruction, and you've been doing that ever since. And I thank you for your guidance. I thank you for just the wonderful heart that you have. You've been so quiet a lot of the times until I saw you kind of come out of your shell when we were teasing John, which was a lot of fun. And so I got to see that other side of you, but I just think you're an amazing person, and I think this district has done a lot of the stuff that it's done because of your organizational skills and you being a quiet warrior behind the scenes and making sure everyone gets to where they need to get to. And sometimes we don't recognize that person enough because they're so quiet, but we all know and see the work that you've done over the years, and we thank you.
Dr. Richard.
Well, when I came on 6 years ago, I came in at an off time because it was an appointment. And you just took me in hand and showed me everything that I needed to do to get caught up to speed with everybody else. And I so appreciate that. And I've always teased you about the fact that you have figured out what I need to know next before I even knew I needed to know it. And so compliments to you for that. And the other thing that I think is so remarkable about you is that in every conversation, you know why you're here, and you're here for the 22,000 students. And that has always been, just speaks volumes about who you are and what you've done for this district. Thank you, Bernie.
Mr. Lydiak.
Oh, Miss Bernie. Guess what? We go back May of 2009, and I can't convey or articulate all the ways you've been wonderful and right there for me and every single board member that's ever served during your time as secretary. And you have been a rock, and I can't stress that enough. You've been there for us through thick and thin, and I just wish you all the best luck in your new venture. And we hope to be seeing you around still, so you're not going too far. But again, I just want to convey what a pleasure it's been working with you all these years.
Mr. Hafley.
BB, thanks for making a difference. You know, every day that I came in, and instead of rolling your eyes like you should have, you handled every question with passion, care, and love, and I will always appreciate that. And I'm very, very fortunate to count you as a friend, and that's very, very special to me. You know, Dr. Pilch believes that she actually runs this district. No. You run this district, and everybody in this room is aware of that, and consequently it'll be hard for her to be on her own without you for a while. So, you know, we really, really appreciate what you've done, and our best wishes, good luck and blessings.
Ms. Pappas.
I just want to say thank you. Your calm presence has made a difference in my life many times. I won't go into details. You know what I'm talking about. But I just want to thank you so much for everything, and I wish you the best of luck. And I think it's been mentioned before, but just keep in touch and make sure that we can still have contact with you. Thank you so much for everything.
Mr. Hall.
Bernie, you're like telepathic. You always knew when I needed another name tag. And always had it. And I lost several. But you can truly, you can always know and identify a successful executive by who's supporting her or he. And an executive is not successful without the support that stands behind them. Now, they may lead great, but you keep them organized, you know, because they're a bit off kilter sometimes. They're busy. So that all the success that we have had and Dr. Pilch has had and will have is you own a part of that. That's you. And I know that you're going to take Roger to new levels. There's no question. And so I just wish you all the best and just all the blessings possible for where you're headed in this next new venture. Thank you.
Wow, that's pretty sweet. As I was listening to all these thanks, I suddenly realized, wow, we can write our name down as a new community volunteer.
She already knows.
So,
And she'll have time.
so you'll hear from us pretty soon. Thanks again. All the best. Everybody set? Well, the next item is the approval of the agenda, and that is, will require a motion at this time.
I move that the Board of Education of Weld County School District 6 approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Comments or questions? Seeing none. Roll call, Ms. Richards.
Mr. DeWitt?
Aye.
Mr. Hafley?
Aye.
Mr. Hall?
Aye.
Mr. Lydiak?
Aye.
Ms. Pappas?
Aye.
Dr. Richard?
Aye.
Mrs. Solis?
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.